Hey, my boys.
Oh, okay. So
we went live.
We went
live
because
we didn't even have. I wish we could do stuff like that. What would be really cool is if we could just have like all kinds of wipes, like do the Star Wars stuff where it's like do like the crawls, all that kind of stuff. We could if we really wanted to focus on it, but
we could just do like Wayne's World, all together synchronized. Let's just go.
Hey, we could if Austin would take a few minutes to watch some YouTube videos on how to do it.
I would, but I have a life. It's just sad. It's very, very sad. But hey, I had a great 4th. What about you guys? Like,
Yes, there's
any kind of plans? Did y'all have any celebrate? I mean, like, did you actually celebrate? Did you fire off anything? Did you eat a lot of good food? Anything? What was the tone?
I stayed home.
Was it just work? Good. I was gonna say, like, I just basically had the week off, and I kind of cut off for a while just to enjoy beach life for a week. So it was
so how was the beach?
It was beautiful. We were on the Gulf, like right outside of the path of that hurricane.
Oh, okay.
Elsa, while she was letting it go up the Florida Georgia line there. We were just about. I mean, we had some weather, but it was. Other than that, it was beautiful. I mean, it was perfect enough where like it was overcast and all that, so the sun wasn't beating on me. I mean, I still got burnt, but other than that,
you're white. You're white and pasty. You're white and pasty, so you're gonna get burnt.
White and pasty.
So you're gonna get burnt.
Always.
Yeah, that's why I choose like it. Me and my wife have always talked about this stuff. Like when we choose, like there's 2 different type of, I guess, vacation type places. When you're not thinking about theme parks and stuff like that, we're thinking either beaches or mountains, and more often than not, we aim for the mountains. That's
really?
I like Helen, Georgia. I love to go there and just
right,
relaxing. Yeah. It's I mean, there can be a lot of people there, but it feels like it's got a very relaxing atmosphere to it.
So, what do you do in the mountains? I'm just curious. I've never had like just a great mountain trip.
Well, you can go hiking. That's one thing you can do. But like the town itself is really nice. Like they have, especially because it's based, it's very Bavarian themed, German, and they have a lot of good restaurants there. Oh man, like there's an amazing German breakfast restaurant. There's another amazing German. There's a couple of German restaurants there.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, I would love to be the foodie, like just riding around eating the food, because that's what I do. I look for good food, good places like toy stores, record shops, just anything. Like that's just my flow.
I mean, have you ever had schnitzel before, Ashley?
Schnitzel.
Have you ever had schnitzel?
No, I've never had schnitzel.
Schnitzel is amazing. Basically, it's like a pork tenderloin. No, it's like a pork tenderloin that's like been smashed like very thin and tender, and then it's like breaded and fried, and it's oh my god! And usually they put like some kind of special sauce on it too over the top of it. Oh, it's out of this world.
I'm very hungry now. That Scatman here is like. Shared awesome like hella knowledge. I'll tell you though, like we because of the pandemic and everything hadn't really gotten to get out and travel, so this was really like our big on my wife's side of the family, it was like their family vacation. So it's just one of those things that we used to do some years back, and we went back to Fort Walton Beach, and yeah, it was great. So they had some good just good obviously the Gulf is beautiful. Better than the Atlantic, and then you've got just good food. I mean, it's crowded though. There's a lot of people. I mean, the place where we stayed, you had like a private beach, or not, I mean, not private, but it's like your own section of the beach, so people's not crowding you. So that's great, and then you get to enjoy that. Yeah, pretty much. And I mean, just the way the whole vibe there on the coast, at least in that area, they're good about trying to keep it clean and just like cleaning up after yourself and just keeping it clean, and I mean, plus the water's beautiful and stuff like that, and people just kind of keep that. I mean, for the most part, I see that they respect it, and because I hadn't seen too much. I mean, it just looks like everything's kind of worn down a little bit, you know. But other than that, it's great. So we looked around. There was some cool toy shops around the area. You know, some good game shops.
That's what I was going to ask. That's the most.
I was going to say. Oh, of course. There was I'm trying to remember the names of the actual toy shops, but I know that one of them was like a it was really weird because when we showed up, it was kind of later in the evening because it was weird how in the Fort Walton Beach area stuff kind of closes down early. But this was like maybe 6, 7 o'clock, but the place just looked closed. But the dude in there was really nice and kept a low vibe. Like the lights were kind of real low, but he just had rooms of comics and like collectible toys. I was really close to getting like it was a Trinity Matrix figure, but it was an actual, it was from when the first movie came out, but it wasn't one of those highly posed,
like old style McFarlane figures in it.
Yeah, you know how there was the McFarlane figures that were like superposed and stylized. This one was the other kind that was more of like the 5-point art, you know, 5 articulation kind of figure. You know, that was kind of the vibe she had. She had some like guns and stuff like that. So that was kind of the only thing I saw. Other than that, there was just like, I mean, there was a lot of the same old. I mean, I see a lot of Marvel figures, Marvel and DC figures just floating around that are either they're all in Walmarts or they're all in the comic shops. And it's a lot of the is it Shang-Chi?
Oh yeah, Shang-Chi.
It is Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi?
Yes.
I see a lot of the Shang-Chi figures, and those look really good. I saw the new Falcon and Winter Soldier figures. Those were really, I mean, I see what you were talking about. One thing I saw with the oh Lord, not you know, the new Captain figure or whatever, that dude.
U.S. agent.
U.S. agent. I mean, it looked passable, like for a figure. I mean, like, I guess at the price point or whatever, I don't know. It looked okay, but there was like some molding problems with it. It looked like there was a weird thing going on with his jaw. I don't know if that's on all the figures, but.
And then the paint on his chest was all wrong too.
Was it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to have red and white. He just had red and black stripes. I don't know what the deal with that was.
Yeah. So yeah, I did. I mean, I would come across here and there. I mean, most stuff I wanted was just really expensive figures or just like the big statues. You would see, like, I'm telling you now, they're starting to roll out those turtle figures. You know, the turtle. They're like statues from Nickelodeon, but they put them in like GameStop and ThinkGeek, and they have like turtles. Then now they're doing Power Rangers. Have you seen these? Any of you?
Or from Diamond Select, or
I believe they're Diamond Select because they're like the statues, and they sit on like some sort of set piece. Like the turtles all stand on a piece of a building, and they, you know, it looks really cool. But they're doing Power Rangers now, like the original first season Power Rangers, like Rita. I've seen Rita. I think, like, you know, the red, black. I see the Yellow Ranger. It was either yellow or pink. And I think Goldar. I think I saw Goldar. And then like back with the turtles, I saw like they got Bebop and Rocksteady and all that stuff.
Yes, PCS Collectibles.
That's PCS. Who is that? Do you know anything about that company?
No, it's premium. It's like Premium Collectible Studio or something. But I mean, I think, you know, they're on the same level as Diamond. This stuff that they're releasing is on the same level as some of the Diamond Select stuff you see in GameStop.
Gotcha. I was going to say they definitely. I mean, I at first I kind of just passed them off as like, they're probably not all that great, you know. But then I had a friend that's been getting real big into statue collecting, and he had the whole set of the 4 turtles from the animated series, and I was really impressed. I mean, he looked really, really good. So, I mean, obviously here, and we'll share this to the stream here. You can see they've got, like, I remember seeing these were some of the first ones I saw were like the Red Ranger. Oh, and the comic book Lord Dracon. I saw that, but yeah, I mean, they do a really good job with these. But man, whenever the animated series turtles here, hit. And my friend had them and I got to see them up close, these weapons were really realistic. I like how the side, they look metal. I mean, the swords, everything. I mean, the pictures here, everything doesn't do it justice. And now they've got a Krang robot. So that would be really cool to collect. But I mean, they run about $50 a pop, you know.
Yeah.
And so unless you catch them,
they're $44.95, I think.
Yeah, and then you can catch them on sale sometimes, so you can get them cheaper. And so I'll definitely grab them all at some point because, dude, I'm a sucker for Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles, especially all that first season, and then the original TMNT, and then if they start doing Batman the Animated Series, and then I'm done. I'm gonna get wiped because I'm gonna get like Mr. Freeze and Batman and Catwoman and all that.
You know, Diamond Select puts out a Batman the Animated Series minibus set line.
Yeah,
they look really, really good too.
Yeah, they do. I've seen them, and that's the thing. I'll come across those minibus, and they look really good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, dude, if I had the money to burn, I would get them for sure.
Statue game is expensive. It's very, very expensive.
For sure. That, I mean, for my friend, he's like trading in figures and stuff like that for statues instead. And I'm telling you, it looks good. When he sets them up, I mean, he's got like the arcade, the Turtles arcade set up with horror figures and stuff. I mean, like statues are like pretty big. I mean, but they look really, really good. So, and you know, some of that stuff I'm like whatever about, but some of them, like I would definitely love to have like a Michael Myers, you know, the Scream Killer or whatever. Ghostface, there you go, thank you. Or Edward Scissorhands, I've seen that. I've seen a lot of good like McFarlane Toys, Edward Scissorhands type stuff. So
yeah. I mean, I think I've said that before. Yeah, I'd love to find the 2018 NECA Michael Myers figure.
Yeah,
but maybe they'll make one for the new one coming up this year. You know, Halloween ends. Maybe they'll make another set for that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will because I mean they're doing really good with the Halloween sets, and I mean they look great. And I bet they sell out because you see them in Best Buys, Walmarts, Targets. They're mass producing them like crazy, and people just love those horror sets, man. But like real quick though, just to give a shout out to that area, I was in Fort Walton Beach. There was the Book and Game Emporium, is what it was called. And we were going through, and they had all the comics and stuff like that. And you know, we looked around and found a few things here and there, but nothing. I'll tell you, like it's fun because me and my wife, you know, she's been getting like the old Disney comics, so we'll ask around, and it's kind of hard to find some of the area to get old Disney comics. Like I guess they're not as interested or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's just cute. I mean, I like that she collects it because they're pretty cool. I mean, the art, it looks really good and stuff. So yeah, but there was also a TBS Comics and Games. Now that place was the more like upscale, the bigger, you know, comic shop and stuff, but it still was, you know, I mean, they had all the new stuff, the old, you know, some of the old stuff. But I know that one set she's looking for, she bought, or you know, it was it Scooby-Doo? Was it called Scooby-Doo Batman Mysteries or Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries or something like that?
Those lines, yeah.
Yeah. So she's been getting into that, but I think she's only got like the first issue or two, and like we've been trying to find the others, and nobody's got them. Or anywhere we go, we have the worst luck. I mean, my own local shop, they keep saying, yeah, we're going to put it on order. And then they never come in. So I don't know, but I don't know if it's popular or just, you know, nobody cares. I don't know.
So that was your trip? No toy haul?
Not really. Cause I mean, you know me, I like to find those random like toys and I didn't really see much of that. Like I said, I saw all new stuff. Like I would even go to Books A Million, Walmart. I came really close to pulling the trigger on a Rocketeer Diamond Select figure. This close, but I was just like, you know what? They wanted like 30 something bucks. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like I could probably go cheaper because sometimes Amazon gets lower, and I'm like, you know, and it's Books A Million. So I wasn't really like fighting it. So I'm like, I can always find that one. But I'll tell you though, I bought, I don't have him in here, but I don't know if you remember on a past episode, I showed I think it was a Weta, I can't remember the actual name of that section, but you know, they do the statues of like, they're doing the Lord of the Rings stuff right now. Man, they've got a Gandalf the gray that's out right now that looks mind blowing. We'll have to share that. I can pull that up here. But have any of y'all followed that stuff at all?
Last I heard, they were putting out Zack Snyder Justice League stuff, like the bigger stuff.
They Lord of the Rings stuff on here now. I mean, obviously it makes sense that Weta would do it because it's their I mean, they did the movies and all that kind of stuff,
and they put the stuff out at the beginning too. When the movies were coming out, they had a whole pile of crap on Sideshow.
Yeah. So, but now this is like coming straight from. I mean, I don't know if it's like through. I feel like it's all completely through Weta now, but they wow. I mean, like I just love the animated quality of it. I was going to see if they have one of these new Gandalf figures, but yeah,
it's a figure or statue.
I mean, it's basically, I don't know what you call it because it's a vinyl figure statue kind of. I mean, there's no points of articulation. So I call it a statue. Yeah. See, I would call that a statue, but let's see.
Just like I don't consider those a lot of the McFarlane toys figures.
Right. This one here.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's got kind of an animated vibe to it.
Yeah,
it's based on the movie. Yeah, you can tell that's Ian McKellen.
Yeah, because see, this was the one I shared.
Oh yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. Just a cute little. They're like you said, animated looking figures, but I really wasn't. I thought I bought him on clearance, so I didn't think anybody was giving too much focus on it. But I've seen an old Bilbo, which I'm sure we can pull that up, but we saw that in a Books A Million. It was him holding his book.
Oh, that's cool.
I thought that was So I want to get it, but I'll tell you the truth. The feet look almost identical to the Frodo figure. So I wonder if they just reused them.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I don't care. I'd still grab it, but I really want that Gandalf.
Yeah, if you see it now and get it for a good price, you better grab it because as soon as that Amazon show comes out, the Lord of the Rings stuff is gonna go through the roof.
Oh, for sure.
I forget. Is that still set like within the movies universe or that upcoming Amazon
show? I don't know. It's kind of it's going to be a prequel to all that anyway, so it's probably going to be able to get away with a lot of it. But I have a feeling that I don't know. I have a feeling that they're probably going to pivot and make it a lot more like what it's always looked like, but they'll still try to keep it separate so that you don't get as much reference to like Gandalf, Frodo, Bilbo, stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to get away with it because it's not, as far as I know, it's not really Warner Brothers' new line. It's Amazon. But I don't know. I mean, they're still working with, I guess, the Tolkien estate, and it's in New Zealand, all that stuff. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll just see. I mean, I don't know. Like, for example, like orc designs and stuff. I really don't know what.
But it takes place 1,000 years before or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be sort of like what is it? The Silmarillion told those early days. It was like 1,000 years before all of that. So, yeah, pretty much.
So no toy haul, huh?
No. Well, I'll tell you this much. My wife did. Like, she was the one that ended up making the toy purchases, and I was pretty proud. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just celebrate with you. She did. She ended up grabbing a Merida Pop.
Oh, sweet!
So I thought that was pretty cool. So
is that in a pop case or something?
Yeah, I put it in a protective case. That's why it's so glinty. Yeah. But she likes them protected. So we ran out. Actually, I got to get more. And this was her bread. I mean, she went nuts because she's a Golden Girls fanatic, and a Sophia. And what's funny, I don't know if you can really tell, she's bedazzled because it's a diamond edition.
Oh yeah,
it's an FYE exclusive, which we found in Florida. FYE. Yeah, I even went there looking for collectibles, and that was where I had seen some of the Lord of the Rings and like Marvel stuff. But but no, I thought this was awesome. How it's all bedazzled and diamonded out.
You said bedazzled.
So bedazzled.
So, Scatman, did you say you had some stuff?
Nothing big. I mean, I showed Austin earlier this week. I was at GameStop and I saw this. I saw it a few weeks back and I didn't get it. I went back and I saw it again and I decided to go ahead and grab it while I could, but I just lost him.
He just took a dive.
I got the Gordon Bombay Funko from the Mighty Ducks.
Sweet.
Yes.
Sweet.
I mean, the problem with him, unfortunately, is that he's gone. He's gone now. But when he existed, the back of his head was too heavy. So whenever you stand him, he keeps falling back. So you basically just have to prop him up against something constantly. So that sucks, but it looks cool though. Yeah.
To make you, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, like some of Candy's figures, she bought the Snow White ones in particular. Like when she was getting all the dwarves, there was a lot of them that won't stand up on their own because their heads are too heavy. She has an Axl Rose that's hard to stand up. You have to like turn his head, so I have to like turn him sideways, like he's singing on the mic, like. Like, you know, so it balances and stands up because he doesn't have a.
Does he have big holes?
No, there's, you know how a lot of those, a lot of these don't. If it's not Star Wars, or I don't know,
which is really unfortunate. That's the first thing I did.
I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know. It seems like it'd be something easy they could do. Just put a little peg hole in the bottom in the mold, you know, and there you go.
Yeah, and
then they could sell stands for all these things and make even more money.
True.
You know,
I mean, or I mean, they should at least have a stand, like at least a clear stand with pegs and have the peg holes in the feet, just all of that, and then let Star Wars continue to do the black stands. I mean, those are fine, whatever, but it is weird that a lot of them don't, and then they do have trouble standing up. But speaking of that Bombay, man, I'd seen I sent Ray a photo of it was Goldberg and Fulton.
Banks. Oh yeah, Fulton, not Banks.
Fulton. Yeah, it was like Fulton, and that's the only thing I ever saw, and it was like at a I think at a GameStop. But we just didn't pull the trigger because they were kind of wanting more money. You know, they were like I think 12 something a figure a pop. We were like, like usually we can get them, especially like if we go to Think Geek, you can get them for like $8.99, $9.99 sometimes. So I thought I'll probably end up finding them there and because I'm telling you, like when he showed me the Gordon Bombay, I got jealous. I'm like, oh man, I got to find them.
I didn't even know that existed. Like I didn't know that they made Funkos from the Mighty Ducks, and I saw it and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I saw Fulton, and I just my wife heard me yell like a Bash brother. But yeah, man, that's what I love about the pops is they just kind of they make you pop those old memories in your head, and you're like, oh man, I got to watch that movie again. So yeah, for sure, I like.
It still
holds
up for me at least.
All of them for me, all three of them, and then the shows are great. So what's Figure Attack going to attack us with?
Figure Attack is going to attack you with quite a bit this week. Okay,
I'm happy.
All right, so first up, I hit up Target's new Summer Geek Out, and I got one of these Cobra Island Troopers, and I have a lot more of these things coming in. Not just this figure, but others hard to get Target stuff, just because the Hasbro re-released them all and said, "Hey, we're going to let you, have a chance at these things." So you don't have to pay $100 per figure or whatever. So $22 or $19.99 or however much it was. Yeah, he came in the mail yesterday or the day before. So yay for me! I was totally I was thinking I was never going to get these, but I got him.
All those G.I. Joe figures, they look great. I mean, the new ones they're putting out, they're looking really good.
Then I went to Walmart, and I don't know if you can get this guy. We got the Cobra Fang with the Trooper.
That looks so good.
I've been looking for him for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I love any helicopter vehicle, like when they have them, especially if they have little, like, does it have the rocket shooters or anything like that? Or
no shooter. It doesn't have shooters, but it does have the missiles that detach, and you can,
and you could just make them. You can just put them where you want. They're tracers, seekers.
Then the fine folks at Hiya Toys sent me a box of stuff to review. We're going to start out with Crucified Predator from Predators.
Oh, cool.
Yep. Very, very cool figure here. Then we have Armored Crucified Predator, which I think over here you can see he's got like a spine and a skull like to rip out of somebody. It looks like.
Does it look like Walton Goggins? Spoiler.
No, it doesn't. Then we have Invisible Tracker.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. Yep. That's pretty cool. Then we have Invisible Berserker, Predator from Predators.
So he's got the blades.
Yep. Then we have Invisible Falconer from Predators. Yeah. This is like the main baddie, I think, just invisible from the Predators. The very last one.
Okay.
And then we have Unmasked Berserker from Predators. Yeah, they got a lot of those.
One ugly MFer.
Yep. Then from Predator, just Predator, we have this guy.
Oh, it was the original.
The Jungle Hunter, which he does have like a skull and spine right there that you can rip out. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Then we have a very cool Ed 209 from Hiya Toys.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That is beautiful. If you have a RoboCop figure, I'm going to be angry.
No, this is it. I don't think this is out yet. This comes out this month sometime, but I don't think it's out.
Wow.
Yet.
That is beautiful.
It's awesome.
So, yep, you can look for those on Figure Attack's YouTube channel this week. Yeah, and then
that's a good thing, though. I mean, I would love to see a line of RoboCop figures to come out, especially if that sequel, I guess. I mean, it's like a sequel to the first movie that they shot. Didn't they finish shooting it? I have to research it, but they're going to do a sequel to the first movie, apparently. And, and I'm hoping not the reboot, but it's going to be more like it's referencing the first movie, sort of like how Terminator's, Terminator Salvation. Or no, wait, I'm sorry. Terminator Dark Fate is a direct sequel to T2.
Or Halloween 2018 is a direct sequel to Halloween.
Exactly.
The very first Halloween movie.
It's like these movies that are now going back and they're just kind of referencing, like if they'll like, okay, I'm a sequel, but I'm just a sequel to that first movie. I mean, really, you can trace it back to Bryan Singer doing it with Superman Returns. Superman Returns was a direct sequel to Superman and Superman 2.
Yeah.
Or at least to Dick Donner's version of Superman 2.
Yeah.
So like but I mean, to the point where it was directly, it was almost like they could have just taken Bryan Singer's name off of it and just said Dick Donner directed it. Yeah. Rest in peace, Richard Donner. It was like a monster director. I'm telling you, man, when that news broke through, like when I'm on the beach and I'm like, I had to have a moment. That was, I was so sad about that. Yeah, like I've got to have a Lethal Weapon watch marathon now.
I felt like it was coming. I felt like it was coming for two reasons. He was up in age and he had made a movie. I think what was the last movie he made? 16 Blocks. I think was the last film he made with Bruce Willis and Mos Def back in like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, that was a while back.
Yeah, I knew it was like the earlier 2000s for sure. So like, and I mean, he was gearing up apparently for his last movie was supposed to be Lethal Weapon 5.
And finale or something like that. Yeah,
so it's sad that he didn't get to make it. Maybe they'll still do something in memory of him. But that was sad. But yeah, I mean, you just see that stuff now. So if with RoboCop coming back, maybe they'll do a toy line again. I would just love to see. I just want a good RoboCop figure that doesn't cost an arm and a leg, like a NECA or something, but it's not like animated or the video game digitized version RoboCop. That's all I ever see. Now I do see some of the RoboCop versus Terminator versions, which has like his arms are swapped out with Terminator arms and things like that, but I just want a pure RoboCop figure with a gun. Maybe some accessories, have like a Paul Weller. I mean, what's his name?
Peter Weller.
Peter Weller. I don't know what I was saying. Peter Weller's face, like just have like an interchangeable head with him on it. That would be. I mean, basically just like my T2, my T800 and my T1000 NECA figures. If I can get a RoboCop like that, I'd be satisfied. And having that is really cool too.
Well, Hiya Toys does have RoboCop figures. It's just they're 1/18 scale, so they're 4.
But are they Right, but are they the kind of like that super? Was it the toy line that we're kind of fans of? You know, they're the retro looking Super 7.
Oh no! It's just like these. So these are like fully articulated. You know, like
I've never seen her. Yeah, see, I've never seen a RoboCop like that. Just like a RoboCop.
Yep, they've got them several of them. Yeah,
nice.
So that's going to be cool. Now I know Super 7 did one similar to this, but you know, I imagine this one has way more articulation because Super 7's is in their reaction line of figures, you know. So I don't know. This has sound to it too, so I'm kind of anxious to open that bad boy up and play with him.
Heck yeah, that's really cool.
Look at that. It's got the Canon Films logo on it. I didn't even notice that.
Now well, I think that's the what you call it core thing. You know, in the company, the company name, the logo in the movie. Yes, I'm trying to remember. I'm having a brass. I want to rewatch them. I've got all three of them, but see, and that's the thing is, I love all three of them. The third one obviously was the weaker of the trilogy. But the second one I actually liked, and it was written by Frank Miller, and
it was.
I think it was Frank Miller, and I believe maybe the first screenwriter, like the first movie screenwriter, something like that.
After the first one, it just said to me.
I don't know. I thought the second one was just it was just as gimmicky and corny, like it was like just as satire, you know, of that, you know, the corporations running everything, sort of all that. But I just thought it was a cool sequel. But yeah, I felt the third one is where it got like really goofy, and it was filmed in Georgia. That was real funny. But remember, it had like the samurai robot and all that. It was pretty. It was more like a TV movie version or something like that. But you know, and then that the reboot was whatever.
Yeah, the reboot was all right. It wasn't anything.
Yeah,
it kind of reminded me of what they did in G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. It's like, okay, we just saw that with those, you know, machine suits or whatever that they put on,
right?
You know, to run through Paris.
The accelerator
suits, yeah.
Was there anything like that in G.I. Joe lore before?
No. So Cobra had a snake armor suit. Mm-hmm. It looked nothing like that, obviously. And didn't accelerate anything. It was just like a big, bulky, you know, heavy gunfire, heavy armored suit thing.
It makes me wonder if it was an original creation for the movie. It makes me wonder if this was like a John Peters situation back with the Superman movie stuff, where, you know, he kept trying over and over to get that giant metal spider, you know, the giant robot spider into the movie.
You know,
and we eventually got it in that Wild West film. So I was thinking, like, maybe it's like somebody was pushing like left and right, like, okay, we're gonna have an action sequence, and we gotta get someone in these super suits, like Iron Man suits. They're gonna be running around, dodging missiles.
It's ridiculous. I mean,
Marlon Wayans is gonna fall back, and it's gonna be funny. I'm gonna laugh.
He's just going to keep quipping. He's going to have a lot of quips. He's the quip master.
Dude, the only thing G.I. Joe about that movie was the names that they used.
I was going to say, like, the only thing G.I. Joe, I still liked Ray Park in it. I thought Ray Park was really cool in it. Like, I remember one part where I thought, like, that was a cool little moment. It's nothing big or anything. It was just a really cool little, like, I don't know, for some reason I just really liked it. But it was a moment where they were heading up to the little Arctic base, and the missiles suddenly get launched. And all of a sudden, like, Snake Eyes runs back to like the missile launchers on their little snowmobiles. He revs it up, goes after a little bit, and then fires off a missile and blows up one of the missiles being launched. I just thought that was a really cool move that he just went up and just took one out, without thinking much. I just thought that was cool. But
I know what they need to do with G.I. Joe, really, with the movies. They should just take Vin Diesel and The Rock. Just collaborate with Hasbro, like the original people that listen. I know, but listen. In a dream world, in a perfect world, I would say, because you want that aesthetic, the new, like the current fast aesthetic with all the big, like impossible action, but do that. But they work with the Hasbro team, like the people that worked on the original, like G.I. Joe cartoons and all that for the story. Like let them write the story, but like take it in because you just want
killed.
Do what now?
Nobody ever gets killed. They shoot and miss constantly.
Again. Just like in the cartoons. They've got to it's just got to be ridiculous. It's got ridiculous. Maybe even John Woo takes over and directs this. I don't know. But you've got to put in like the fantasy big people in it, women, men, anything, but just whatever the characters, just do like a live action version of like the cartoon of what you would dream it be. That would make big money today. But have that like Vin Diesel like just blowing up stuff. But insert the G.I. Joe toys. It's just there. Yeah, family. Don't boom, family.
G.I. Joe family.
I'm gonna smash my face against a wall if I see any more memes about the Fast and Furious family stuff.
Family.
Like it was funny the first few times, and then it's like I've been pelted over the head with so many family jokes. I'm about to put myself comatose just so in a couple years maybe it'll be gone by the time I wake up.
That's why you got to go click, put it in the pocket.
But oh god, you ruined my brain.
My bad.
Yeah, imagine if they had added some PSAs also over the end credits, just like live action remakes of like.
Oh, that would be so good.
PSAs, just make all new ridiculous stuff like kids walking through traffic and he's got a cell phone and he's like get roadblocked and knock the crap out of him across the street and back onto the sidewalk. Say, don't get on your phone while you're walking down the street.
Right.
End credits. That would be cool. No, the end credit scenes, a couple of PSAs per movie. Oh my god, that would be so hilarious. Hey, we just made a G.I. Joe movie.
There you go. See? It's very easy.
You're welcome, Hasbro. Give me some money.
Call The Rock. I would rather work with him. Call him.
Yeah, The Rock.
I'm not a jabroni. I'll work with him.
Have you seen how big The Rock is now?
Yes.
The Rock is massive.
I want to be his best friend because he would kill me otherwise. You want the biggest on your sides. I'm going with The Rock.
Yeah, did he do something like? Did he do some like extra bulking for Black Adam or something?
I don't know, man. But he got swole. Yeah. I mean, he was large.
And like,
he's large.
Well,
he's mine.
Aldous Hodge, like he put on some muscle too for Hawkman. Oh man, like I've seen him around and stuff. I've known him since on TV since God. Supernatural season 2 was I think the earliest I can remember seeing him on anything. He had like a 2-episode stint and. Then I saw him again in Leverage, and he was great in that. He was one of the starring characters in the whole Leverage series. So it's cool to see him kind of like, he's been slowly like building his name up, and now he's a superhero. He's playing Hawkman of all people. That's insane. I can't wait to see him do it. McFarlane, I will definitely like if it gets out and McFarlane still has the rights, by the time the movie comes out, I would definitely get a Hawkman figure of him. They have a 3-year deal. So,
with DC, could be up by then. And it started 2020.
So
January 2020. So
because I think it's due the next year, the movie at some point next year.
Yeah, so he'll definitely have a figure.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see how people are already getting Suicide Squad figures. I see Instagram photos and stuff like that, and I'm like,
well, I keep seeing a pattern. Same thing with the Justice League figures. It's all people that are situated in like South American and stuff like that. I feel like I don't know. Maybe they get earlier release dates or something. I don't know. Like maybe there's an international deal or something like that where like certain areas of the world get stuff earlier. I don't know.
I thought maybe it was in Canada where they got stuff earlier, but I know that when I was out looking around in the areas we went to, like the Walmarts, let me see, I don't think I got to go into a Target, but let's see, Walmart, the local comic shops, FYE, all that Books a Million. Yeah, none of that. I never saw a Suicide Squad figure. Especially, I was like on the lookout for that. The shark, King Shark, would be really cool to get.
Well, technically, I don't think they're supposed to be due out till August. Which is weird. I mean, at least here they're not supposed to be due out till August.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
So, I went to Augusta to get my wife's car because she got a new one. And I stopped into my favorite store, Top Dog Comics.
That's a good place. They got a lot of stuff.
And they have added quite a bit. The guy that owns the place, Chris, was telling me about the new stuff they had. So they signed a deal to be able to distribute or sell Boss Fight Studios toys, the little 1/18 scale action figures that look pretty cool. Mythic Legions, I don't know if you've ever seen those. Mythic Legions figures are like some of the best action figures you will ever see, sculpted by the Four Horsemen, the same guys who did like the DC Universe Classics. And they're very expensive figures. I mean, like $49.99 to start per figure. Ouch. Yeah, but they are fantasy type figures. So orcs, elves, knights, skeletons, things of that nature. And I mean, they are, literally go while we're talking, Austin, go pull up some Mythic Legions figures and show them.
Yeah, this is a tall order to beat. You can't really, that's
that. See, and that's a great Cyclops. I used to have that Cyclops, and
it's tough to beat that Cyclops.
That's tough to beat.
I'm a sucker. I'm just a sucker for the Cyclops figures in general. Yeah. I saw a few pops I saw Cyclops and Wolverine from the first, either it was first or second X movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gave me your old Cyclops figure, didn't you? Yeah.
Maybe. Is that mine? Okay. So there you go.
No, not that one. I've got like the movie James Marsden Cyclops.
There you go.
Yeah. Somewhere. I think it's in my closet.
And Toy Biz, was it Toy Biz that did those?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They at least movie. That and the Toad. I mean, Toad didn't really look exactly like Ray Park. I still love that Toad figure, the Cyclops figure, because you can take his visor off.
Yeah.
I remember the Wolverine figures not looking all that great. So
yeah, nothing like Hugh Jackman. But
the claws were really wonky and warped.
Yep. He had some small soldiers figures still in the pack. I mean,
oh wow,
impressive.
But dude, those are like, he was selling them $60-$75 a pop, and then I saw some stuff in the back.
What was I was going to say, what was the
brand name?
Brand name of the other place, the
Mythic Legions.
Legions, that's right.
Yeah.
Anyway, you saw Men in Black?
Yeah, he had Men in Black figures like from the first movie,
cool.
Yeah, for like $10, still in the pack. Like
now that I would have loved to.
Yeah, I mean the most expensive one was like $25, and I almost pulled the trigger on a couple of them. Almost.
Like what?
There was one with a guy sitting behind a desk.
I
can't remember exactly what he did, but like maybe his head came off or something, or something splattered in his face in front of the dead. I don't know. But then there was one where the guy who has a little bitty tiny head. He takes the other head off.
Oh, you're talking about the Johnny Knoxville character from Men in Black 2?
Yeah. So I remember him. They had that, which is like, I think they wanted $15 for him still in the pack. But
is the other one you're talking about? Are you talking about the Tony Shalhoub character who got it, or like not the one with the tiny head, but the one where you're talking about where something like his head comes off? Like
maybe it's been a while since I've.
This was the one I used to have. I used to have the J figure.
Mm-hmm.
These were more boxed, like sets maybe or something.
Wasn't these right?
No. They weren't individual kind of figures. It looked more like not necessarily a play set, but something
like a diorama.
Oh.
Yeah.
If I ever ran across Mikey, this right here I would grab. I love Mikey.
Yeah, keep scrolling down and let's see what you got.
You guys are sure lucky to be okay after a blast like that. What?
Go back. Look, there he is, right there. Scroll up. Scroll down. Scroll up. The other way. Other down. A little bit more. Keep going. Almost there. Keep going. I think you scrolled really far. Keep going. Where the heck did it go?
Let me go back out because I think maybe I just went too far.
There it is, right there. Jeebs action figure.
Jeebs. Yeah, from the pawn shop.
Yep. So that was like $10.
Now that's really cool.
Sealed in the pack. Yeah.
Yeah, because his head blows off and all that.
Okay, so that is the Tony Shalhoub character then.
Yeah, Tony Shalhoub. Yep.
And there's several. He had like 4 or 5 of these things.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is the other one I had, the K figure.
Yeah.
They swole up Tommy Lee Jones for that.
Right. I mean, they weren't great. That's why I wasn't huge on them. But like, if I could find some of the aliens, like the Mikey one, that looked really good. But yeah, they weren't. Look, and even the way they were shaped. Look, there no articulation in the knees. They were just curved like this. It was really weird.
That was that time, dude. That was the time, the era of of toy making at that point, where everything was pre-posed and just garbage.
Yeah.
But look at the beauty of this.
Those are Mythic Legions, and they're 6-7 inch scale figures.
Oh wow, that's really good looking. That's awesome.
Super articulated action figures.
That's wonderful. Look at that.
Yeah, look at that whole wave of figures.
I love this Black Knight right over here. Look at this. Wow, cool. That looks really good.
And a lot of times they'll take
look at that. Even the fuzz, they even got fuzz on that. I mean, this kind of harkens back to some of the earlier 90s figures I saw that would kind of look like this, man.
But I mean, these are super duper expensive figures, but you get what you pay for with these figures. I mean, honestly, you're not going to find better action figures out there.
I mean, they look amazing. I mean, they and the packaging looks really good too. I'm impressed with the packaging.
Yeah, I mean, just look. I mean, I wish I had one. I used to have like a little orc that I could show you that looked really good, but I sold him off for some other stuff. But like they recently put out a horse set, like this flaming horse. So the horse looked like he was on fire, and then some demon riding the horse. But that looks cool.
Mm-hmm. That's just a good figure. But yeah, I mean, I'm totally down with this group, man. They look really great. They make good figures.
If you want to start in this, you got to pony up some cash, because the cheapest figure is $49.99 to start. Yeah, and some of these figures have already skyrocketed. Like that first wave is skyrocketed in price. You're not going to find it, any of them for less than probably $400 or $500 now.
I would say out of all of them, the Black Knight is probably one of my favorites. I'm seeing here, so for sure would be something. I mean, I would just like to see more figures like that. It kind of reminds me of when the Robin Hood Prince of Thieves figures hit the market with Kenner. I mean, I don't know. They just kind of sparked that medieval feel again. I guess probably sort of how He-Man hit people, So yeah, seeing this is that same vibe to me. I really, but with really, like, when you feel that the technology is where it's supposed to be and it's perfected, the sculptures and all that. I mean, it just looks phenomenal. I mean, the armor looks like armor. There's fuzz on the character. The cloth doesn't look cheap.
Here, I'm going to share my screen too. So just for a second here, and you can put me up there if you want to. There you go. You got me up there. Okay. So let's just take a look at like this freaking horse, which is just super duper amazing. Like that horse is freaking awesome.
Wow. And how much would that be? Like 100?
I can't remember. It was pretty expensive. Okay. But let's see. Like, here's the guy who came with. If you got like the deluxe set, that featured this guy with him. You know, I mean, geez, just look at that. Look at the detail. Look at the
How
detail.
long does it take them, I wonder, to make one figure?
I don't know, but I so wanted this, man, but the price point just kept me from. God, look at that! Look at that head, that mask over that face. That is so awesome.
The ears look great. See the ears with the studded.
Oh, hold on, let me. Let's see.
The Hellfire Goblin, that looks really cool.
I mean, even
he looks cool.
Yeah, the human figures are crazy too. I mean, just the armor on them.
I like that scimitar-looking sword he's got there.
Yeah, and then there was they have dwarves and you know, things like that. I can't remember where the
kind of reminds me of Ray's Witcher 3 figure.
Oh yeah,
looks really good. So
there he is, Torgon Redfin.
Yeah.
So I've read some comics with this guy in it, and he's a dwarf. Yeah. Just God, if I ever find that guy, I might pick him up.
Yeah, no, he looks great. I can see for sure that's a great looking dwarf.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop.
But no, it's. I mean that I know it's tough. If only they could find a way to make this stuff at a cheaper price point. Yeah, I would dive in for sure. Like if these were $24 figures, I would definitely. Yeah. I would be buying them up.
They're just not mass produced, right? So that's the deal. They're not putting them out in the numbers that you have in Marvel Legends or G.I. Joe Classified or something.
Exactly.
They usually put them up on Kickstarter and say, have a go at it, and whatever gets made, it gets made, and that's it. But just talking with Chris, the owner of Top Dog, too, and I'm going to take this back before we close out. Most successful Augusta toy and comic show yet, over 5,000 people in the door, out the door. He told me that next year, around the same time, June 24th, 25th, 26th, I think. Mm-hmm. And they're about to make an announcement for like the first guest for next year. And it's like the biggest guest that the biggest name they've ever had from any of the shows. And they're not Joe related. So
Kevin Sorbo.
So I don't know who it'll be,
He's too busy at CPAC.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna throw Nature Man Ric Flair out there. That was gonna be my guess.
Now that I would love.
Yeah. I don't know. But not a Joe person, because he said they don't want to go away from Joe Fest, but they want the name to be.
They want to expand it.
Augusta Toy and Comic Show featuring Joe Fest, and not Joe Fest featuring, Joe Fest being the main title, because they want to bring more people in.
Which, I mean, when we went, I saw a lot more. It just seemed like it was a really family oriented environment. I mean, it was really cool. So instead of I could see them shifting away from the Joe Fest name a little bit, because Joe Fest is cool, but at the same time, when you go there, I don't get the vibe that it's a Joe Con only or whatever. It's not just only G.I. Joe. So if it was just like an Augusta toy convention, something. Yeah.
And what you don't have is all those cosplayers. I mean, you have some G.I. Joe cosplayers, but you don't have, like, everywhere you look, just anime and all that stuff that I don't care about. Having to walk around people dressed up and all that garbage. It's not Dragon Con.
Oh, that's sad. He doesn't. He gets so mad at these costumes. He's just old.
Get off my lawn.
Shaking his cane like, I gotta get my chicken nuggets. Y'all gotta get out of here.
Get me to that toy booth. Get out my way with your big dress on.
Ooh, y'all running these prices up, you hipsters. Yeah. But listen, I just love me some toys.
Me too.
Unfortunately, yeah. And it takes everything to love toys.
It does.
All right. But on a more positive note, I hope everybody had a great 4th of July celebration, and I had it was a peaceful and harmonious celebration. Good food, good meat, or not. Good Lord, let them eat.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
All right. I'll give you that. Well, peace out, my babies. Buy toys.
Later days.
See you later.